there, fish friends. We're at the penultimate stage end of Rally Croatia. When they come out of here, one more stage to go, and that is the power stage. Do you know what? It's been quite a quiet morning so far, and in some ways, that's what we would expect. Really, all we were watching, I say all we were watching, what we were watching in particular this morning was the situation with Sébastien Ogier and Kalle Rovanperä. You know, just a handful of seconds between them and Ogier's favourite at the start of the day. What were Toyota going to do? Were they going to let their two drivers go out and fight each other and risk one of them going off? Were they going to issue team orders? Well, so at the end of the day, the sensible thing to do with those two Toyotas is for Kalle and Seb to have a little chat between themselves and to work it out, and I'm sure that's what's happened. Kalle Rovanperä has gone past Seb Ogier. No difference in terms of the total manufacturer points, but crucially, extra driver points for Sébastien Ogier. That's as it stands, sorry, for Sébastien Ogier, for Kalle Rovanperä. That's as it stands just now. We'll see when they get to the end of the rally. So, it's a time control. I'm just going to take a little seat here and watch the cars. I've got the best seat in the house. So what happens? They come through the time control, they do the time cards, and then they come into this little tent here, and that is it's where they check the barcodes on the tyres. You have a tyre allocation for each rally. You select the tyres that you're going to use within your tyre allocation, and they are barcoded individually to each driver. And what these guys are doing here with this little gun is they're checking the barcodes and checking that the tyres on the car correspond with the driver that they've been allocated to. It's a long time since I heard about any jiggery-pokery shenanigans going on with tyres. In fact, I have heard about some, but not in the World Championship. I keep hearing rumours about strange things happening in various other championships with drivers disappearing off and perhaps picking up tyres. It does happen. You try everything you can to win rallies at times. You stretch the rules. You interpret the rules to your favour. And occasionally, you bend the rules a wee bit. It does happen, but not in the World Rally Championship. But they still have to monitor these situations just in case something goes on, and that is what's happening here. As I say, have a little close look. You can wander off, Ellie. I'm just staying in my seat, and have a little look at the gentleman's little barcode reader that he's got there. That's the one. That'll have all the information in it. The barcode reader checks the barcodes, tells them which car the tyres are allocated to, and they get a big green tick if it's theirs. And there's always big green. I'm being told to get out of my seat now. So I'm coming. Yeah, I do like my stage end seats. I really do. Let's wander back. We're staying on, obviously, the spectator side of the stop line, because that's where we're allowed to be. But thankfully, this time round, very close to the cars indeed. Kalle Rovanperä. One more stage to go, a critical stage for Rovanperä. It's been a tough weekend for him, hasn't it? With that puncture very early on the second stage, dropping him out of the fight for the lead. Rovanperä, he's made his way up in the standings. Where is he now? Fourth place, Rovanperä, I think. Yeah, he's up to fourth. So good driver's points. Driver points for fourth place, 10 points. Yep, 10 points for fourth place, but he'll be looking to try and get a haul of 15 for the weekend. Power stage, really critical. He's been pushing quite hard out there this morning. Look at that wet mud. You know, it's a beautiful morning. There's not a cloud in the sky, but still under the trees. It's very damp, very muddy indeed. Really interesting how much mud there is in there. You know, that's what I love about this rally. You can't relax, not for 1 second, and that's what we've found all weekend. You cannot relax for 1 second. There is jeopardy on every corner, on every straight, across every crest. There is the potential for jeopardy, and you know, we've seen it, haven't we? And it keeps it exciting and interesting right down to the end. Rovanperä, as they all do when they get here, one to go. Even that final stage cannot be taken for granted. You know, if you're pushing for power stage points, it could so easily go wrong, so easily. So I think we'll watch with interest. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest to see someone having a little bingle or a little moment or two in that power stage. Because when you push to the max, which, listen, Tanak, Ogier, not Ogier, Tanak, Neuville, Rovanperä and Evans. will be pushing to the max through that stage. That is an absolute guarantee. Who else will be pushing to the max through that stage? One other driver whose name I've forgotten, but he will be. To try and secure those power stage points. Let's have a quick look at the times while we're here. 7:02.5 is the time of Rovanperä, fastest through so far. It's a little bit inconsequential, the times. We'll watch that in relation to Ogier's time when he comes in. Who are we thinking of? The 5 drivers contesting within 12 points. Remind me, Luke Barry. Ogier. Yeah, it is Ogier. That's the one. That's why I forgot. No, I forgot Ogier because he's not in the title fight, is he? But he's up there in the top 5, leading the championship. Well, he'll be pretty close to leading it at the end of this one if he picks up 5 more points in the power stage. We'll have to wait and see. So, yeah, here we go. Let's just see. As I say, Ogier was just in front of Rovanperä at the start of the day. I'm pretty certain that they'd have had a wee chat, the two of them. No point whatsoever in them battling each other. We'll wait till that time goes on the board. That's our all live crew going in to get the driver comments at the end of the stage. Ogier's car looking really good. Take a wee look at the tyres, What have they got on them this morning? I don't know whether they're the hard or soft compounds. A little tricky, particularly early this morning. There was a bit of dew in the air. It was certainly very chilly. You'd have wanted, I suspect, the soft compound Pirellis through there. Maybe a little bit about tyre wear, tyre management as well this weekend, saving the soft compounds for when you absolutely need them. We saw Pierre-Louis Loubet using the hard compound tyres yesterday afternoon and really struggling with them. So here we go, Ogier moving in. Now let's watch the guy with a gun. Where is he? He's round the other side. Let's just watch this tyre here. Where's the barcodes? I can't even see where it is. It's not a barcode anymore. Here's the thing. It's a chip that's within the tyre. It's a chip within the tyre. There we go, and the barcode as well perhaps. But there's also an electronic chip within the tyre that's built into it. That again allows them to check that everything is good. Ogier having a little drink, looking calm, looking relaxed, looking fabulous as he always does. So Ogier heading off then to the final stage. Still 1 or 2 of our drivers to come. We'll have a quick look at Tanak in particular and then our rally leader, Elfyn Evans, when they get here to the penultimate stop line. Well, Esa-Pekka Lappi, we're into our top 3 now, aren't we? It's been a super weekend for Lappi. Yes, he has struggled at times to find that perfect window of operation in the Hyundai, but when he's found it, he's been very impressive. When he hasn't been there, he's knuckled down and he's fought the car, battled the car, but not to the extreme. He's kept it on the road, hasn't been afraid to lose a few seconds here and there, bringing it back again where he's found that comfort. Lappi has been impressive and will be delighted if he can bring that car home in 3rd place. He was the one that was everyone was badly affected, obviously, by the passing of Craig. The emotion, though, for Lappi was at one point it looked as if it might be almost overcoming. He might not have been able to, I say to cope with it. Of course he could cope with it, but it might have affected him really badly. But he's got on with it this weekend, and honestly, there'll be some emotion on that podium if Esa-Pekka Lappi is standing there in 2 or 3 hours' time. I really hope he is. He fully deserves it. He's one of our favourite drivers. Come this way, cameraman. We're going to have to jump over, secure the pockets, jump over the brook. Oh, it's not a jump, it's a step, isn't it? Wow, look at that. Look at the times there. So car 69 was obviously Kalle Rovanperä, 7:02.5. Car 17 was Sebastian Ogier, I'm right in saying that, 7:02.6, 0.1 slower than Kalle Rovanperä. Yeah, Rovanperä doesn't want to be pushing too hard. He knows that Evans, potentially it looks like, certainly Tanak, maybe even Neuville, or certainly Neuville will have more or less, fresh tyres for that power stage push. They really will. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Rovanperä. Has he used up those tyres? We'll have to wait and see when they get into the power stage. But there we are. That is our 3rd place driver, Esa-Pekka Lappi. Tanak, 2nd place. doing a really strong job out there this weekend. Has looked magnificent at times, particularly yesterday before he was afflicted by those hydraulic issues, we think. Take a look at the mud on this one though, Elliot. Really okay. The different designs tend to hold the mud more than others, but my goodness me, it is, you say almost thick. You have to remind yourself that this is a tarmac rally and not a gravel rally at times. Tanak has been great, the pace has been great at times. Really unfortunate, just as he had Elfyn Evans within his sights, very much on the crosshairs of his sights. He unfortunately had that problem yesterday afternoon that dropped him back and with out of range, I guess, of Elfyn Evans. But Tanak will be pretty pleased with the way things have gone this weekend. If he can secure second place, 18 points, if he can get 4 or 5 points in the power stage, Tanak is very much building momentum this year. The car is not right, really isn't right yet, or not to his liking. There's nothing wrong with the car, it's just not to Tanak's liking. There are a few things that they have to change to get that car to Tanak's liking. When they do get that car right, watch out, because Tanak could be very, very difficult to beat. He is properly building a championship challenge here. Our rally leader, Elfyn Evans, really big lead now. And listen, will he be risking things in the power stage? I really don't think so. His job is almost done this weekend. He knows that there's jeopardy out there in that final stage. Evans is another one, a long way from being comfortable with his car, a long way from being as competitive as he was 2 years ago. But he is right there. Not quite sure where, if he wins, he'll be, what, in terms of our full-time challengers? Yeah, he could be first or second. I'm not quite sure. It does all depend on the power stage, but we had 5 drivers within 12 points. It could be 5 drivers even closer than that at the end of this one. Thierry Neuville obviously is the big loser in terms of the championship this weekend, but Elfyn Evans, with 1 stage to go, to potentially claim that maiden victory in the Rally 1 machinery and his first win since Finland's 21. First win almost in 2 years, within touching distance of that man, Elfyn Evans.